Are you preparing to reopen your business, or are you an online business owner who just needs to make a few changes? Either way, today we're going to talk about the two things that you can do right now to help your audience know what's going on and what you're up to. So stick around for today's show, Ed Talk TV. Let's get into it.
Can't say I never tried to warn ya. And I'm just trying to tell ya.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I'm your host, Ed Troxel. I'm a Facebook Live producer helping you, the small business owner, show up, deliver, and engage here online through live broadcasting. That's right. I have an online course that's available to teach you how to use Facebook Live, how to go live with the desktop, with your phone, all those things. You can check it out on the website. And if you need help, feel free to reach out anytime. But today, what we're going to talk about is two things that you should be doing as a small business owner, whether you have a retail location and you're planning to reopen, or maybe your online business needed to make some changes. Either way, these are two things that are going to apply to you. Now, even if you're watching the replay, I know I got a couple live viewers here, so I'm talking to you as well. But even if you're watching the replay, I want you to let me know in the comments down below, who are you? First off, who are you and what changes have you had to make with your business? Now, a lot of us have had to make a lot of changes, and there's some of us that maybe have made just a little bit of a change. Either way, given the times that we're in right now, chances are we've all had to make some kind of change, some kind of pivot in our business, the way we show up for our audience, for our clients, for our customers. So we really want to make sure that we address that, because if we haven't made any changes, we need to ask ourselves, is there something we should be making a change to? Because I think all of us have had to, or should have had, to make some kind of changes. I know even for myself, I've made some changes in the services that I offer, taking my one-on-ones and creating the online course, to make it more accessible. So even I have made changes in my business for that. So let me know, even if you're watching the replay, right down below. I am going to throw up the banner here just so you guys can have it, because afterwards I want you to make sure to get on the email list if you're not on there. If you don't know if you're on, be put back on there. But what we want to talk about is these two things. Now, these two things are something that I have told you before, but Lori Greiner from Shark Tank, does anybody know who she is? Let's back up for a second. Has anybody watched Shark Tank before? I mean, they're in 11 seasons, so I'm hoping somebody out there has watched it. But even if you haven't, Lori Greiner is one of the sharks. You've probably seen her from QVC, Shark Tank, all of that. She said these two things, which we're going to go over in just a second. She said these two things in a special COVID-19 promo video. I tried to find it for you guys, but it was a commercial and I can't find it anywhere. So, and here's a tip. Lori, if you're watching, or if you happen to be listening to this, make sure to put that in a small clip for social media, because people like me are looking for it so that we can share it with our audience. Tabitha says, love Shark Tank. Yes, and Lori's awesome. Fun fact, by the way, I actually met Lori in person in New York several years ago. I literally was leaving my hotel to come back to California from a fashion show that I was working. I was a marketing director for a client of mine, and I literally saw Lori walk by. She was going into the hotel as I was leaving, and I said, that's Lori. Oh my gosh, that's Lori. And so I went to put my bags down. Of course, I was in white t-shirt and shorts, and ran up to her. Not really, I walked up to her and had a casual conversation. But of course, it had to be when I was just in the regular workout gear instead of, fancy stuff, because it was Fashion Week. So anyway, side note, I know. But that's what you get when you come to Ed Talk TV. We like to have fun. We like to talk business and all of that. So when it comes to these 2 points that Lori makes, and I wish I would have had the video for you, but I couldn't find it. But This is it. You ready? Take your notes, and I'm going to show some examples here. So the first thing that Lori had said was you need to improve your social media. Now I'm going to say that again. You need to improve your social media. So what does that look like? Because you've probably heard that. I know you've heard that from me, but you've probably heard that from others. What does improving your social media look like? Feel free to drop any thoughts you have in the comment down below. I'm going to go ahead and switch my screen over here so you guys can see a couple of these examples. These are local examples. Feel free to tag your local business that has been showing up online. I'd love to see their posts. So you can tag their page down below, even if you're watching the replay. But I want you to improve your social media. What does that mean? That means that you need to be updating your audience through your posts. That means that you need to be going and checking your links, updating your cover photos, all of those little details. And I know the first thing you're probably going to say, if not the second thing, is, I know, Ed, but I don't have time. I just don't have the time. When am I going to do it? So we got to step back for a second, and we have to change that conversation. You do have time. You just don't want to make the time. I know that's harsh, and I know that that's not going to sit too well with a lot of people, but we have to understand that you do have the time. You have the time if you want to make the time. And so right now, I need you to make that time because your business depends on it. It may seem like a small thing, a small tweak here. It might take 5 seconds to check your link, or 10 minutes to write your bio, or 5 minutes to post, or 30 minutes to post because you really want to think about it. Whatever it is, I need you to understand that that time is valuable. It's worth it for you to put it into your social media because that is how people are going to find you. Now, of course, there's so much more to improving your social media, but again, we're starting with the basics here. And if you need help, I have a free course for you on that too. So message me and I'll send that to you. But understand that you have the time. You just don't want to make the time. So start changing that conversation that you're having with yourself and with others like me, and stop saying I don't have time, because you do. You're just choosing not to make time for it. And that's okay. I mean, it's your business and it's your life. So, do what you got to do. But understand that that choice is going to have an effect on your business. And it could either be positive or negative, depending on what you want to do. So let's take a look at some examples of some local businesses in my area who have been choosing to put in time to improve their social media. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So we have this awesome La Rosa Taqueria and Grill, fantastic, and they have amazing margaritas. They just recently reopened, and as you can see, yesterday for Mother's Day, they had a special. How cool is this? Now this post, look at it. This post is nothing crazy, fancy, production work, right? It's very simple. It gets the message across. $15 pitcher of margaritas, which normally are at least $36, FYI. Today, for all awesome mothers out there with any food purchase 3 to 7 p.m. That's huge. That's simple. It's there, and it just tells you exactly what you need to know, right? So that's one way to improve your social media, is just putting a simple post together and popping it on your feed. Now let's take a look at a bakery. Bear with me, it's going to take a second to switch over. So with the bakery here, and I'm going to bring it full screen so you guys can see. With the bakery here, they have made some changes and created a new site for ordering. They're now doing online orders for their customers. And they created a whole new site, and watch. They just made a quick little Instagram video. It's a little boomerang, I would guess, just showing their new site. Again, nothing crazy, nothing too time consuming. This probably, if I had to guess, this probably took maybe 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, but probably 2 minutes or less, because they literally just snapped the photo, which takes probably 10 seconds, and then they added the information. Let's take a look at a local magazine here. This is a cool post because it's just a regular blog post from their website. But look at the headlines. Burgers with a side of toilet paper, question mark. These Sonoma County restaurants are now selling groceries. And then when you go to that actual link, you will see that they have all of these different restaurants that are now selling groceries. They're selling groceries because they had to make a change. They had to pivot given the current times. So now they're not just selling whatever food items they can from their menu, but they're partnering with other places like their vendors and whatnot to start offering actual groceries. So then that way you don't have to go to the store. You can go to your local restaurant and pick up. And then there's all these various ones. I don't think they have any more photos. But do you see that they're making changes? And of course, we've seen this probably through the news and social media. We see a lot of businesses doing curbside pickup, over the phone ordering, and then of course you come in for the curbside pickup. There's a lot of creative ways about going around how to do this pivot. So I want to know what you're seeing out there, maybe what you're actually experiencing, what you've done for your business, because it's important to showcase these so that we all can get a sense of your mirror. Not a good look if that froze for you guys. And then number two, can you guess what number two is? I'm just going to give you a second to guess, even if you're watching the replay. What do you think number two is? So the first one was improve your social media. That means you need to post, especially on your Facebook business page. We talk about that all the time. It's so important. But what do you think number two is? Tell me in the comments below, even if you're watching the replay. If number one was improve your social media, what do you think number two is? Updating your website. Yes, updating your website. Just like you saw with the bakery, they added a new portion of their website for online ordering because it's easier to take orders and to get people to still buy from them, right? So even if you're not selling anything on your website in terms of like a store, you still should be updating your website. Have something on the homepage if you're a retail location that you've been closed for a while. Have something up that says temporarily closed, or if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Like have a little banner, or if you don't know how to do that because it's too complicated, that's okay. If you can, add some text to the top of your website. It might not look pretty, but hey, it's updated information for your visitors. Again, right now, we're not trying to be fancy and have everything perfect. We're trying to have things done and updated. Probably should have said updated and done. That would probably sound better. But that's what we're trying to get across to our audiences here online, because they are searching for us. They are viewing our posts. They are looking at our videos. They are watching the comments. They are going to our website. But we're not going to know that necessarily, because I think it's at least, is it 80%, 80 or 90% of people? I forget the statistic. I wasn't prepared with that one. But there's a high statistic number of people that are researching us before we ever connect with them. And so you have to do these things and make the time to do these things, because while they may seem small, or they may seem like a huge task for you, they can pay off big time, because people are looking at what you're putting out there or what you're not putting out there, and therefore they're leaving. So really make sure that you are improving your social media posts and that you are updating your website. Those are the two things I need you to do starting today. Again, you have the time, you just need to make the time for this. And if you don't do your own updates, then reach out to whoever it is that is doing that for you and let them know that this is a priority and give them something. And it could be as simple as just adding a direct phone number or a direct email to your site for people to contact you with more details if you really want to make it super simple. Same thing with your Facebook posts. Just really improve the visibility that you have, because you have everything you need. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to wait for someone else. You have the power to do it yourself. And I want to empower you to do it because you need to show up, deliver, and engage right here with your audience, more so now than ever. So I hope that this was helpful to kind of recap for you the two things that you need to be doing today, whether you're an online business owner or a retail location or both. You need to make sure that you're improving your social media posts and that you're updating your website with the most up-to-date information. And if you need to, here's a bonus tip. Put a reminder in your phone. If things are changing more frequently, then adjust that timer or that reminder, I should say. If they're not changing as frequent, then adjust it for a little bit further out. But have that reminder so that you get that notification and you remember, oh yeah, I should be doing that, because that's going to save you and that's going to help you drive more sales. Because again, we have to change. And if you remember, change equals growth. And as a business owner, we're always trying to grow, right? So change equals growth. Hold on to that and run with it. So if you guys need anything else, be sure to let me know. Message me here on Facebook or head over to the website right after this, right there, and sign up to be on the email list, because one, it's a weekly email that you get, but two, there's may or may not be some kind of a special that will be in your inbox not too far from today. So just say it. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a wonderful Monday. Have a fantastic week if I don't see or hear from you before next week for Ed Talk TV on Monday. And of course, stay safe out there and keep your head up. You got this, and we're going to keep doing our best to bring you any information that we can that will help support you however we can in your business. So have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.